Welcome back to another episode of Important Miscellaneous Talks. I'm your host, Glassfield Crossfield. We have a very special guest with us today. Please introduce yourself.
What's up, man? I'm Sidney Castillo.
African Prince.
Okay, and for those of you who don't know who Sidney is, care to explain who you are, Mr. Castillo?
I got shit. This is awkward. I'm a comedian. From forward, I'm a writer. I'm in, entertainment.
What's your ethnicity? Right quick.
I'm black. I got a Puerto Rican last name because my grandfather was mixed, so I got the name kind of carried down.
Oh, okay, interesting. So, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Fort Worth, Texas.
That explains a lot. I kind of hear the accent, so that's why. Were you always funny? Like, or something you had to kind of learn?
I mean, I felt like I was funny. You know what I mean? As far as like being comfortable enough to like express that, it took a minute. But I felt like in basketball, I was always kind of funny.
Would you say that there's a large difference between simply just being funny and doing stand-up?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's why most people think they can do stand-up comedy until they get on stage and they realize they can't do stand-up comedy. It's like an art to it. It's like being funny is kind of cool, but it's kind of like an art. You gotta learn it. You know what I mean? How to do stand-up comedy. It's like, you know what I mean? You can have the gift and then cool. But if you just kind of like funny, getting on stage is it's a totally different beast to how to engage with people, how to engage with 300 people. And like, take your time and not get nervous. Speak up, like take your time, you know what I mean? What you talking about, subject matter, like does it make, are you really talking about some shit?
How did you get your start like into the comedy world?
Stand up? Shit. Can you cuss on here? My bad.
Yeah.
In LA, I was just get on stage, open mics, and then every open mic I could get on, I just got on like a hot cafe, and I just started just getting on stage like anywhere I could, and then a couple years in, this show called Bad Boys of Comedy that was on HBO at the time. They hit me on MySpace. That's how long ago it was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they asked me if I was available to shoot like season 2 of that. And I think I've been doing stand-up like maybe 2 years. And so,
yeah. Have you ever dealt with any hecklers?
Oh yeah, it's comedy. Absolutely. In the beginning, they could rattle you, because in the beginning you're just aggressive. You want to fight the person talking because it's like, yo, I'm working, my nigga. You know what I mean? But like, you can't do that. So it's like it's an art to it. Because at first I used to get angry, but then you just learn to just rely on your funny and kind of make the whole room feel like comfortable. That just kind of take time and like a repetition though. But hecklers, yeah, they come. But it's like hecklers kind of know. It's like a bully. You know who not to mess with. So like on stage, you could try something and then a good comedian kind of like handle it real quick. Where a heckler be like, I ain't really messing with it. But if they drunk, they might feel courageous. But then nobody got time to stop down and address your ass. So that'd be like the frustrating part. It's like, it's a show. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I'm hosting, then we all gonna have a good time.
After high school, did you know what you wanted to do with your life long term?
This podcast got like a serious feel to it. It's like 60 minutes. It's like, not to be honest with you, at the high school, I wanted to get like into marketing. I wanted to do be in charge of what commercials I played on TV. That was the original plan. But then some small college said, you want to play basketball? I was like, absolutely. So then I went over there, and then I realized I wanted to be funny. And I realized, school wasn't my lane. Like I was a cool student, but I felt like I used to watch TV and watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I was like, I could do that shit. I don't know how, but I'm funny. I just need to know how to do this shit. And so then I got in acting school and shit at 19, because everybody was in college. I was in some acting schools, and then booked some shit, some print work. Literally took that money, which was $2,000, and was at 21, all right, bet I'm finna move to LA. Just on some I'll figure it out when I get there, because if I stay in where I'm from, I might get caught up in some dumb shit or get pregnant and have responsibilities versus just going to pursue my dream.
Did your parents support your dream?
Absolutely not. No, I mean, look, it's one of them things where it's like, I don't think no parent where I'm from is like, yeah, go across the country and pursue something you ain't never tried before. So it's like they was nervous.
Mm.
And then when they see me on stage and they see me book something on TV, and they got comfortable. And then, it took them time. And then when I started making a living doing it, it's like, I had no choice. It's like, oh, this is what we do.
What do you think is the formula for making it in comedy?
Consistency, swings, like, practice swings and getting on stage, point of view, uh, stop hanging around circles of gossip and just worry about doing the work. Don't worry about like outside shit and sacrifice. To be honest with you, you gotta realize like I sacrificed my family. I moved out here, so it's like to me, if you come, you gotta sacrifice the time. Nigga. It takes time to get good because you gotta put in the
Mm.
time. So it's like people move out here in relationships. Like cool, that's what's up. But some gonna give because you need to put in the time. And somebody, you know what I mean. So it's like that's really to me a lot to do with it. Don't be bullshitting. You could lie to yourself. Don't be out here bullshit.
So what comics have did you come up with? Like what comics like inspired you? Like when you came up and now?
The people in my class, like I feel like James Davis, Damon Jr. At the Vincent O'Shana. At the time, these people were like Lil Rel was like a little before me, but like just seeing these comics around. Ian Edwards is above me, but he was like kind of helped me out as my mentor when I first started. It's like in the beginning, it's like they would push you because they finna kill on stage. So it's like you just they just kept pushing me. You know what I mean? Like that circle of like there's really good comedians in your circle. As far as like people just to watch and grow and learn, it's like a bunch of them at the time. I feel like every stage of my comedy career, I had a different favorite comedian for a different reason. You know what I mean?
Mm. Who's your top 5 comedians of all time?
uh, Chappelle, in no particular order. This is
Mm-hmm.
just my opinion. So everybody else could, argue amongst themselves. Chappelle, Patrice O'Neal,
Nice.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. Wow. I never heard Chris Rock in the top 5 before.
Yeah, you got it. It's a span of Chris Rock. It's like the NBA where nobody could guard him. It was a span of time where nobody was like you wanted to know what his point of view was. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And now it's like over time, Chappelle has transcended to the God, but for a while, Chris Rock had that ball in pocket for a minute. I'm sorry, y'all. Thank you. Who I got? Who I say? I'm Patrice,
You said
Dave,
Chris Rock.
Chris,
Yeah.
Mitch Hedberg, and then myself. Boom.
Patrice O'Neal is super underrated. I don't
Yeah.
think enough. He's really something different.
And honestly, outside of comedy, he kind of started the trend of red pill.
He
Honestly.
was funny, and my homeboy Ian introduced me to him. Like, and then
Oh,
watching him,
wow.
he was just like really, like when really just funny. I remember being in New York, he let me do a guest spot. It's like it's called comics at the time, but he's just really funny and like his fearlessness. He was like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Elephant in the Room, one of my favorite specials.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like how Patrice can like use like a facial expression versus a punchline, let you kind of create your own punchline. Like when you just kind of feel his point of view and you are able to like in that moment kind of laugh as you can kind of put whatever. You know what I mean? Like he has incredible punchlines, but just in storytelling sometimes.
What would you say was your big break in comedy?
Man, I don't know. Because I feel like all that changes. Once you hit a certain level, you try to get to another certain level.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but I'll say like winning funniest wins. You know what I mean?
You said Funniest Wins?
Yeah.
Was that a show?
Yeah, it was a show I did on CBS.
Oh, okay. I think I remember that.
How long ago was that?
2014.